This is question 39 from the 2018 TSA, and in this question we asked what conclusion can be drawn from the argument. And let's remind ourselves that often a solution or reaction to a problem is sometimes a should-type statement. So let's look at the passage. First, we're told that most modern aeroplanes are flown by autoflight computers, and those take control in a lot of situations, which includes when the plane is low down and landing the airplane. So that's just a fact about how airplanes work. And then we're told that in situations they're not programmed for, like damage or extreme weather, they pass responsibility back to the pilot, and the pilot can become confused about who's in control. So again, this is just a fact about what the computers sometimes do. Then we're told that the confusion can be worsened by the flight deck computers having what it calls a blizzard of alerts, so too many alerts. So this is just a fact about the effects of the alerts. And lastly, we're told that this, i.e. when the pilots get confused, is when crashes are most likely to occur. So this is just a fact about what's most likely. And as often happens in these kinds of questions, we have a bunch of factual statements. But we can basically think of it as two parts. So first, we're told just what the computers do, and then we're told about one particular thing that can go wrong. So the summary is basically planes are flown by a mixture of computers and humans, so computers in most situations but pilots in others. And this can cause confusion, which makes a crash more likely. And then something is meant to follow from this. So let's think about what we're looking for in the conclusion we can draw. Well, we can't know for certain until we see the options, but this kind of looks like a problem that the pilots can get confused by the control being shared with computers, and that can cause crashes. So maybe the answer is some kind of solution to this problem, or another kind of reaction. So we can look at the options and see if any of them fits the bill. So if we just start with A says that developing planes to be completely automated, i.e. to be pilotless, is likely to be safer than the current situation with both computers and pilots. Is this a solution to the problem? Well, kind of. It's saying one particular change might be a solution. So it's actually quite a weak statement because it's only saying it's likely to be safer, not that it definitely will be. And actually that's a good sign of something being the correct answer in a draw conclusion type question, because you try to go for something as weak as possible. And we can imagine fitting this into the last line. We can imagine saying, well, currently planes are flown by a mix of computers and humans, and that can cause crashes. Therefore, if the computers could do everything, that might be safer. That seems like a potential conclusion. So this looks like a good candidate for the correct answer, but let's just check the other options as well. So actually, if we look at B and C, they have a similar problem that makes them not the correct answer. Can you see what it is? Well, B says that the automated systems can be made better so air crashes won't happen at all. And C says that combining humans and computers is unsafe in most circumstances. And both of those are quite strong statements, one saying that crashes won't happen at all rather than just being less likely, and the other saying it's unsafe in most situations, whereas the passage has only really said it's unsafe in particular situations where the computer just passed responsibility back. So these are both stronger than anything we can conclude from the passage, and therefore they're not the correct answer. And then if we look at D and E, they also have a similar problem to each other. Can you see what it is? Well, they both introduce irrelevant new information. So D says that the computers can be controlled as easily from the ground as from the plane. Nothing in the passage talks about controlling stuff from the ground, so how could we draw this conclusion from what we're given? And E says there's always a risk of human error when you're entering data for the computers. Again, nothing in the passage talks about entering data, so how could we draw this as a conclusion? So these are both just irrelevant, and so again we see the answer is A.